What is resonance? Welcome to Philosopher's Corner. I'm John. What is resonance? So, resonating it's the act of vibrating to a certain frequency or at a certain frequency. And it's also combined with our energy. So resonating is our energy propagating through vibration. Now that sounds extraordinarily similar to what emotion is. Now resonation is our whole vibratory field. Energy and frequency. It's resonating, it's vibrating. Okay, so we know that. So why is that important? Why does that matter? So in science, there's a concept called natural resonance or natural frequency. And science has found that at the core of everything, there's a natural frequency occurring. That when that unit is in stasis, at rest, that it has a certain vibration frequency, a certain resonance that it emits. And science has found out that that core frequency that keeps it together, that if that natural frequency and natural resonance is matched, it will actually cause the dissolution of that structure. So usually the most widely well-known version of this natural frequency or this resonance is with suspension bridges. There's a famous video of a suspension bridge in Washington, I think in the 60s, 50s or 60s. So it's there and it has all the cables holding it up, and then some winds start to hit it, and the winds are hitting in waves, and then the bridge starts to act in a wave-like capacity, right, in coordination with the wind. And at a certain point, you see the wind starts to find the natural frequency, the natural resonance of the bridge, and it accelerates the wave motion, and then it destroys the bridge. The bridge comes apart. This manner of resonant dissolution has also been used as part of acoustic healing technology, where machines have been set up to find what the frequency of certain cells are, and then to emit the natural resonance, the frequency of that cell aimed at it, targeted at it, focused on it. And when it delivers the corresponding frequency resonance, then the cell is destroyed. So it's an orthodox part of science, like natural resonance, natural frequency, orthodox part of science. They know it's real, they know it's true. So bringing it back philosophically in terms of the human, of a person, of a being, an individual who's resonating, what are some of the possibilities of that? So we know science confirms that everything has this natural resonance, this natural frequency. So philosophically, and we come with the understanding that we're vibratory beings in a vibratory world, and that we live in a world of cause and effect, and we know that this is an electromagnetic experience, we can start to see some things. We can start to see that propagated frequency, it does attract the same frequencies. You get tuned into it. Because if we understand that the reality itself is nothing but a collection of vibrations interpreted, and that we are a resonating being with a natural resonance and natural frequency, and if we do the inner search and we go as deep as we can and cross-reference that with all the other people that have done the inner journeying, to find that at the core of us, at the core, you penetrate ego, and then you find yourself at the soul level, and then you penetrate your soul level of your astral identity, which is like a spiritual ego in a way. You penetrate past the soul into the core frequency, the core energy, the electrostatic plasmatic white light energy that's underneath the soul, that quantum superimposes us in the reality in general, and some people call universal frequency or God or whatever you want to call it. And we take that to be our core natural resonating frequency, and we become aware of it. Then we can consciously catalyze the resonance and frequency of that frequency in our field, even if we just put it in a background app in our mind. Philosophically, we can choose what frequency to resonate with. And in this case, I believe philosophically that we're finding that that is our natural frequency, and natural resonance is that universal frequency that's embedded in our soul. And then that's what accounts for the sort of spawning ground, returning to our spawning grounds of all humans, essentially saying they have a need for internal search, or a need for meaning, or a need for any of the answers to any of these philosophical questions, is spurred by the natural frequency of the energy that's encapsulated in our soul. And that by engaging in life itself, which is nothing more but a set of vibratory experiences being interpreted by ourselves, eventually that catalyzes some sort of awareness of the frequency within. And that, because it seems as though most of the things that we enjoy in life tend to be experiences that are also getting close to that universal frequency of resonation, you know, given that we're healthy and all these other factors, but that life ends up being this sort of path of continuous experiences of resonating frequencies that dwell within us until we become conscious of them. And then they continue until at some point a sense of self-will emerges, or a self-awareness emerges, and then a desire to understand like what's the general trend of all these naturally resonating frequency experiences, which at that point have also culminated in synchronicities and signs and miracles and all these other things, as the reality itself sort of motivates us to go deeper and deeper into the nature of the experience itself, which then turns that sort of outward libido inwards into the inner journey to find the frequency that's embedded within us. Because wherever we go, there we are. And the general trend of our life always ends up being like, well, I'm the common thread to all these experiences, so what's inside me? And when you go deep enough, find that universal frequency resonating. And you go, oh, okay. So natural resonance, frequency, what is it? It's the source within. Find it for yourself. I hope you have a good day.